المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي، أن نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. ولهذا الأسبوع قصة نجاح حدثنا من إسبانيا السيد ديفيد موي، المدير التنفيذي لشركة ديفيد موي ريال استيت في إمارة دبي. Good afternoon, Mr. David.
Good afternoon.
At the first, welcome on EMARATI program, and we would like to know who is David Moi and when he came to United Arab Emirates the first time.
First time I came, it was 15 years back, and I came for a different purpose, not for real estate. It was for a technology intervention on a company. And I remember at that time, I was saying to myself, and this is not true, this is true, I was saying, I could not live in this place. I don't know if you would post this or not, but this was the reality. And then I continued my life in Spain. But then after COVID, I came for an exhibition. It's called International Property Show, right? And I listened to the history of the UAE, of Dubai specifically, and how this country has grown, And I perceive a completely different country. At that time, 15 years back, I was more young. I was very, happy in Spain. Things were going well, so I was not looking for a change. But after COVID, when I came here and I see how the things have been built here, and the kind of a vision that has been projected, and the execution, and all the good things from here, I just saw opportunities. Then I realized, I said to myself, David, you want to be here and be part of the next 50 years. If those guys have done that in only 50 years, maybe the last 30, I want to contribute to the next years. So now it's 4 years permanently, and I'm very happy and to be part of this community in this blessed country.
Alhamdulillah. Mr. David, I ask you, when you start on real estate, you say for me 25 years back.
25, I think it's going to be more, but 25 years back, yeah.
Let us to know about this 25 years of the real estate experience from Spain to United Arab Emirates.
You can call me Dawood. My brothers, locals, they call me Dawood. So you can choose, right? I'm comfortable with both. When I was young, a teenager, my mother started the real estate business in Spain. And my sister, older sister and myself, we of course helped our mother, right? So I started promoting properties in Barcelona. We are originally from Barcelona. Mm-hmm. Then at some point I migrated to the UK. What happens is that I was working there, finishing my studies. I'm a systems engineer by profession, technology. And I was working different works, and then also studying. And at the same time, because my mind, I have a very entrepreneur mindset. So I started to talk to real estate agencies in the UK. So I ended up doing connections between the UK and Spain, because in Spain, the number one nationality disinvesting in Spain is the UK. Basically, if you go to Marbella, or to Almeria, to Alicante, it's all British, because sunshine is very cheap. So I started to promote the real estate properties in Barcelona, Almeria, Alicante, and Marbella to UK companies. So, and of course, it was a boom. Alhamdulillah, we had a lot of success, and I tried even to replicate the history of this success history in Brazil. Because what I did in Spain, I developed a real estate platform. It's like nowadays the Diesel, the property finders. At that time, we didn't have any platform. Mm-hmm. Because of my IT skills, I said, okay, why I don't do a website with pictures of the properties? So I did this in Spain to promote the properties to the UK. Yeah. And I was 27, 20, maybe 24 years old. It's 24 years back. So it was very successful. It was a big boom. At that time, the real estate market was super high, just close to crash. After 6 years, then it crashed. Mm-hmm. What happened is that it was so successful that I decided to take some investors from Spain and replicate the business model in Brazil. So with that, what I did in Brazil was to do the same website with properties. So this is how I've been doing all those years. And by the way, in Brazil I was 3 years living there, and then I came back to Spain. to continue with the family business and for family reasons. And after a few years in Spain, I landed in the UAE after COVID. There was one point we were locked down for 3 months, right? We couldn't travel, and then after the lockdown, I was, really willing to take a flight and go somewhere. Say, where is the next, real estate exhibition in the world? In Dubai. So I came to Dubai, and in this exhibition, perhaps there were like 12 or 15 exhibitors maximum. Small. After COVID, people were still with masks and PCRs, but in this exhibition, everybody was having, a willing to go out and make business. We were really wanting to and looking forward to go back to normal.
Right.
And I saw the synergies of the people, and also the information that I received from the evolution of Dubai. It really blew my mind. And I remember I said to myself, David, you want to be part of the next 50 years, inshallah, or whatever I can, But definitely I want to be part, to contribute, and be involved in this, in what is happening in this country.
I ask you, when you come to Dubai to start working in real estate, you say, no, I come to get a customer to Spain.
Sure.
But now you are working from Spain to UAE. Let us know about this story also.
So that's exactly what happened, because my main idea was to, okay, David, I'm gonna open a branch here, or at least open an office, because you have your family in Spain, you have your, your real estate business in Spain, and we know that, Middle East people, you love Spain. Right. We have Al-Andalus.
Good connection.
We are brothers. So, and I said, okay, let's start, trying to promote Spain and bring customers to
UAE.
Spain. Yeah. So first from UAE to Spain. Guess what? At the end, yes, I did close some, opportunities and projects in Spain. And alhamdulillah, and still there's a lot of connection. But what happened? That at the end, I realized that the opportunity is really here. So nowadays, I would say I'm spending 80% of my efforts in the UAE and 20% in Spain. Because in Spain, I have my sister who is taking care of the business, and everything is controlled. But really, the opportunity is here. So I have to say that there are some big players here in the UAE and in the Middle East overall that are still getting very strong positions in Spain, because the market is super good. It's the southern Europe, is sunshine, many other reasons. But now, I have my family here, and I rebuilt my life here. So there is no reason to not be focused in the growth of this country.
Let us know about the growth of real estate in the UAE. How you see from your experience?
What I see, we said everybody knows that real estate is about cycles, right? Ups and downs. During my life, I've seen 2, 3 crises: 2008, 7, 8, and 11, 12, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's normal. But however, and there is, many people are talking about a correction. A correction is going to happen, because I remember since I came after 1 year of permanently living in Dubai, the war started, between Russia and Ukraine. And then, of course, a flood of, many Russians and Ukrainian people came here, and the price increased, yes. But in my opinion, there is still room to grow and to increase the values. Because if we compare the square per foot, the square meter price of Dubai or any other city in the UAE with London, Paris, New York, Tokyo, choose any in the world, we are still below, we are still cheap. And the services that we have can compete with those cities perfectly. So I expect still growth, and only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows more. But my expectation is that it will continue. Because the UAE, if we see the geopolitical situation, the UAE is neutral, partial. And it's always being used as a shelter of some problems arise around the world. And if we check the news, it doesn't look very good around. Many fights.
David, let us to know about the important key of the success for a businessman or a company in United Arab Emirates. What the important key to build a strong relation term with a long of experience as what you have. How you build this relation between you and your client? How you keep the trust between you and your client also?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and you mentioned the word trust. This is key. I think it's very important to be authentic, to be transparent, to win the trust of the customers, and to don't try to find shortcuts. So if you are a person, of course, you have to work hard, you have to build your connections. And someone that I love so much says that your network is your net worth. So really it's important to make connections, and really in Dubai it's a place that is strategically very well positioned to meet people from around the world. This is true. But it's super important to have your principles and to be aligned with the principles of the city. I listened from someone that Dubai is a small city. If you bring good things, the city will give you good things.
Right.
If you bring bad things, the city will give you bad things. So you need to be careful with, of course, with whom you deal. But as long as you follow some principles to ensure that it's not, that you're gonna have a long-term relationship with your customers. At the end, they're gonna become your friends, and you don't want to do bad things to your friends, right? So I always say that if you ask me, you are my customer, and you ask me, David, what do you think about this property? I will have to be completely transparent, because I don't want you to fail. And of course, I will be transparent. I prefer to lose a deal and continue a relationship, because I will never put, in front my economical interest against my personal, relationships. Right. It's all about balance.
And if I ask you about the team who work with you, how you select your team?
That's a very, very important question and challenging, because nowadays, unfortunately, it's challenging to find, persons with loyalty that want to grow in one same company. And this is human nature. We want to be improving, right? So we want to go up and down, and go left and right, and continue growing and learn new experiences. At some point in the past, we used to have like 10 salespeople back in Spain. But with the time, nowadays, I believe the trend is that we go into more personal branding. I do have a team of admins, and some other partners that can help me with some administrative tasks, with the marketing, etc. But when it comes to the sale, I really am very picky with whom I'm working, because I had bad experiences. And at the end, that's why my company is named Davide Moi Real Estate. Let me explain it before. Our company in Spain, it was called Properties in Barcelona. When I came here, I came as Properties in Spain. At the end, I'm Davide Moi Real Estate, because I'm not longer promoting Spain. I'm promoting the service that I give, regardless of the location. For instance, my commercial motto, is I help my customers investing in the safest country in the world. UAE is one of them. Second one is Andorra, the Principate of Andorra, where I have an office, and I strongly believe in the connection of both markets. So back to the question of how do I pick the persons, it's all about values. Humble, persons, we need to be humble in front of the customers, in front of the developers, with anybody, even with any kind of worker. So these for me are principles that are really super important.
Today we see many new developers on the markets. We have the biggest name and all who has experience and strong name in the markets, and the quality also delivery. And everyone they know, even out of UAE, all the world, they know who is EMARATI, or they know who is the other names, Nakhil, Miras, all these things. Yes. Let us to know, Mr. David, how you see the new developers, which we see now in the market, how it's helped the investors to find more better options to invest on.
Yeah, that's a very good question as well. It's there are indeed many developers that are not as popular as the big players, But you know, at the end, everybody, you know, has the right to have chances, right? And I think there's space for everyone. And I work with the top 8 developers. Some of them are not like the well-known, and they perform really well. There is something that I always explain to my customers and my investors. The UAE has a regulation where you cannot start a building without opening a escrow account, so all the money from the investors goes there. So this is some kind of controlled by the government. This is giving a security to the investor that is really, you know, no doubting in putting the money here. So small developers are usually cheaper, at least this is my experience. But of course they struggle, they reduce costs because they don't have...